Welcome to the Slice and Spice podcast, where I'm not laughing in the intro. Surprise, surprise.
A shame.
I know. I held together this time.
I thought you would break.
No, I know. I never break.
Quack.
Never break. This is a review. Wait, I have to introduce myself. I am Decade, your host.
We already know who we are.
Well, someone might be tuning in to this episode you don't know for the first time. I'm your host, Decade, and this is my co-host, Evie.
Okay, I thought if you said call yourself the host, that was gonna be like something less, you know. You might try to pull up the
hierarchy.
Yeah, exactly. The high ground, you know, as Obi-Wan would say.
Oh yes, no, I do not have the high ground here, Evie. If it wasn't, I mean, this wouldn't be a podcast if you weren't here. It'd just be me speaking to the microphone about.
I mean, people do that. It's called being a YouTuber. You know?
I know, but I don't think it'd be a very good. I did a very good job at it. So.
Well, I don't think most YouTubers are really good at it when they start. You know.
Yeah.
You kind of. You learn as you go.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, that is true. Well, we're here to talk about something very important. Not really. We're reviewing the...
Yes,
I can't even remember the name of the movie.
In the moment, in today's times with so many things going on, we're talking about the important stuff.
Yes.
The, Wait, let me look at the name.
I don't know the name. I think... a movie directed and also starring...
Yes.
Waititi.
Nope, you got it. This is last name.
Oh, what is...
Taika Waititi?
Taika Waititi?
Yeah, sounds like...
A New Zealander who directed Thor Ragnarok and also acted as Korg. Great cameo. Was he also in Infinity War, Korg?
Not that I know of. What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh yeah,
That's
what we did in the shadows, right?
Yeah.
So that was a movie. Spoilers alert.
Oh, it says he was in Endgame, so I guess so.
Yeah, makes sense. Right, because I think he came back through the portals.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Well, we're going off topic here, but...
I don't remember bad movies.
So, he directed this movie, Taika Waititi directed the movie.
Whatever we're saying is probably wrong.
Yeah, he also starred in it, acted in it. It's a movie about vampires living in today's society in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And and there's it's like a documentary.
It's a fake serious documentary.
Yeah. So I'm interested. What did you think about it?
The beginning was good. I did enjoy it.
Okay.
By the end of it, though, I kind of wanted it just to be over. I don't know. Towards the end, it got a little stale.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's a weird concept. I like it. I like the fake serious movies and shows and episodes and stuff like that because it's kind of ridiculous. Like you're making something dramatic, but not really. So I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you?
I thought it was funny. Like I enjoyed it. I think also like there's a certain part I was kind of like I didn't feel like it was kind of like I enjoyed it, but I didn't feel like it really pulled me in as much as I wanted it to. But I really liked the concept.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it started pretty strong.
Yeah.
But it kind of fell a little for me, like the enjoyment. But I mean, overall, I thought it was an enjoyable movie, but I don't think it's like a movie I would really recommend to other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. It was interesting though. What did you think about the in the movie? They talk about the beast, and every time they bring up the beast, there's like two penises or something on the. There's like they show a character with like two penises on it.
I don't even understand what they were showing because it's all like weird like drawings and stuff.
They were showing like this. They were showing this illustrated creature with like a penis and like a face for a penis as well.
Oh. Like
it has a penis and has also the face for a penis.
Yeah.
It was. It was really funny, and then you find out it's just his ex.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. I thought it was like some beast from medieval times or whatever the vampire's from.
Yeah.
I thought for a second they were making a reference and saying he was Vlad the Impaler. If you know who that is.
No, I don't know who that is.
He was some Russian leader a long time ago. This Russian dude. He was like the leader of Russia or part of Russia, I think, for a while. Right, so I thought it was him because they kept talking about the I don't think they said the word impaling, but they kept implying that he would impale people.
No, but they had a reference when he was talking about the Beast, about his ex.
Yeah, that he got impaled.
That he impaled him to a pole.
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess there's a reference to that.
But I don't know, it might just be no, but that's a reference to vampires because one of the ways to kill them is to impale them.
Oh, okay, I see.
I think I don't know much about vampire mythology and all that stuff.
But I didn't realize this, but they all have Russian vampires. The vampire accent is Russian.
It's Russian?
They spoke with a Russian accent.
It was Russian?
I think so.
I don't know if it was. Maybe it was. I don't know. Isn't
They didn't speak with a New Zealand accent.
No. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I thought I don't know. I assumed it was. Isn't there where's Transylvania?
Sounds like it's
I don't think that's an actual place.
Eastern European.
I don't think it's an actual place, but it's the place where quote unquote vampires are from. I think.
It sounds like all the Eastern
and
European.
No, I know, but I'm pretty sure that's Transylvania is Romania. Or Albania, one of the two. Okay, anyway, they're similar accents.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was something like that, I guess.
But I love that.
Was it German on the?
Yeah. Deacon. He was a Nazi vampire.
Yeah, right.
They brought that part up. I started dying.
Yeah, in the beginning, he was like, it's not good to be Nazi after World War II. Not good to be vampire. Not good to be Nazi vampire.
Oh, that was really funny. I like how they tied that in. I really like the character contrasts.
Yeah, they're all. Yeah, they all also they blended in with the fact that they're all from different times, and that's why.
Yeah.
Usually someone's different because they have a different background. They were born in. Usually someone's different because they're born in a different place, but for them it's they were born in a different time. Mm-hmm. I thought that was good. Yeah,
that was really cool, and I love Viago's character. He was all the other vampires are just vampires, and he was the clean freak, and he order to everything. I thought that was really funny, and then I was very confused when they brought Nick in as a vampire.
What confused you?
Because for a second I was like, wait, is he look familiar?
Oh, really?
Because I was trying to remember, because I forgot his name for a second, and I was like, oh wait, that's the guy they killed. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize. I was like, oh, he became a vampire. I thought they killed him.
Yeah. I will say, I know it's a comedy and everything, but the parts where they kill people, I was a bit uncomfortable watching.
Really?
Yeah. I think I'm just a little bit of a pussy.
I don't know. I found it funny when he was explaining how it's their last night.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to make it nice for them and playing music for them.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, here we go. And he gets himself ready and then he kills her.
Yeah. But then he'd been into the wrong place.
Oh yeah, he's the main artery of the mess.
Oh my god. That was really funny. I was wondering, do you think this movie has any sort of commentary on life? Or no.
What do you mean, some voodoo deeper meaning?
Not behind the whole story, but some sort of theme they bring up that you can interpret it in a way.
Well, first of all, you can interpret something out of anything, okay?
That's true.
You can see that as a good thing, I see it as a bad thing, but so you can probably find something, but I don't think so. I mean, you never know. You might be there's somehow some deeper meaning, but I think it's just a silly movie. Is really what it is.
Yeah, it was pretty silly. Yeah. I really liked when they brought in Stuart.
Was he the human?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. He was so chill.
Yeah.
Also, but I like at the dance when they're tell us what you do, and he's like, oh, I'm a software engineer. He's a virgin.
Yeah. Oh my god, that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I could. He has a stone cold face the whole time.
Yeah, it was great. He just he's fine. He's, like so
Not like Danny.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Like he's like Nick sits him down. He's like, I'm a vampire, and so he's like, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, you're a vampire. Okay, cool. And they're like, oh, you know, I woke up and I was a werewolf, and these guys gave me some pants, and you know, they're kind to me.
It sounds like a familiar character the way he speaks.
I don't know.
I think the way he voiced it sounded like Corey.
Yeah, I know the way I voiced it was like Corey.
Yeah. Yeah. It was an interesting movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't really consider it a classic.
No,
you know, but it was. I mean, it was fine. You know, I like the concept. The concept. It's interesting, but it like in I feel like they do this sometimes in shows where they take something like in Community, because I can't shut up about that show. They have an episode where they I think it's making fun or a reference to a Civil War documentary, where basically one character is making a pillow fort, like the two best friends. One's making a pillow fort, one's making a blanket fort. And then they have a fight, because one wants to make everything a pillow fort and one wants to make everything a blanket fort. And they have a fight, and the whole episode is filmed like a Civil War, like a documentary. And it's ridiculous, it's ridiculous. But it's good. Also, I think that was the episode that got the that went kind of I don't know, viral. I guess it's because it was filmed really well. Apparently, I don't know anything about film. They all look the same to me, right? And I think it's what got the Russo brothers on the map. The two directors of Endgame and Infinity War.
Those were the ones who directed it.
Yeah, they were in a few things before.
Yeah, but didn't you say that someone else directed it and the Russo brothers came on and they kind of like ruined the Community?
No.
When they kicked the
no.
guy.
Dan Harmon and the two Russo brothers created the Community.
Okay.
And then they kicked Dan Harmon off after season 3 and brought him back after season 4. I think the Russo brothers were there the whole time. And you know, they also worked on another show called Arrested Development, which I think was also pretty popular. And from both the Community and Arrested Development, they've taken a lot of some of the characters there and given them cameos on Marvel movies.
What?
Yeah, small ones. Like Abed was a random soldier who opened the door in I think Winter Soldier or Civil War, a Captain America movie, and he sees like Captain America there, and he's like, oh, who was it? The lady who plays Shirley was also in Infinity War Endgame. She was in the scene in an elevator. It's when
Hydra?
No, it's when Iron Man and Captain America go back in time.
Yeah.
And they're in an elevator, and there's a woman there.
Yeah.
She plays someone in Community.
Shirley.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude Ken Jeong, who was also in Hangover, he also had a cameo.
Oh, when?
I don't know. I don't remember what the cameo was. But yeah, a few of them. And I think I heard that a character too from Arrested Development had one as well.
I mean, also Donald Glover had it in Homecoming.
Oh, that's true. Spider-Man Homecoming. Yeah.
But was it Homecoming?
I think it was Homecoming. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Homecoming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking if it was Far From Home.
I don't know if that has to do with the fact that he's Community or the fact that he's Donald Glover, but you know, either way, that's true. He was also there. Yeah.
Everyone wanted him to be Black Spider-Man.
Is there a Black Spider-Man?
No, but there was like this whole movement about like why can't Spider-Man be black, and everyone was like Donald Glover for Spider-Man.
He probably honestly he would nail it. He would probably do it really well.
I mean, probably, but I haven't seen Donald Glover play a character that's like Peter Parker.
Why? Peter Parker is a silly character. Like his personality is silly.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. Donald Glover always plays like. I mean, I don't know, from the Community and with Spider-Man. I don't think I've seen anything else from him.
Does he play it all in Atlanta? Or did he just direct it?
I don't know. I haven't seen Atlanta.
Okay. I don't know. I think because Spider-Man's supposed to be, I think, like at least he's kind of a silly character, like the way he acts, because he's still a kid and stuff. Yeah. He's supposed to be kind of goofy. At least how Donald Glover is in Community. Seems like he could definitely pull off an amazing Spider-Man.
Although he looks too old now, so I don't know.
Yeah, you could always do something. That's true. But yeah, you like see him in Community, and then you see him in This Is America, and there's you see an age difference for sure.
Yeah. Oh no, but I remember Spider-Man acting Star Wars. That's Spider-Man.
Yeah, right.
But Donald Glover.
He was
That black dude.
the Han Solo's friend or friend/enemy, frenemy, whatever he was.
Frenemy.
Yeah, exactly. Also, he had a scene in The Martian.
Did he?
Yeah. He was a scientist. Something like that. I don't know what he was. I'll have to told us about it.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. Donald Glover out there killing it.
Bro, he's a killer actor. He can do it all.
He can do it all.
It's amazing.
Dude, I wonder what goes through his mind and like of the day. Like, does he like be like, I want to act. I want to make a song now. Actually, I want to direct a show.
It's a great question. He probably doesn't have time for anything.
I mean, yeah.
It's crazy. And I'll think about it. Like he's also
a kid.
Yeah, he's also a father.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's married or anything, but yeah, I don't know how a dude like that has time to do anything. But
it's a good question.
It's crazy. Some people, man, they really. Some people just they be different.
Yeah. That's true.
It's really wild.
Yeah, I was thinking, it came up to me now, the fact that, for example, Donald Glover, I'm not sure of Donald Glover, but there's people who direct and also act in their own like things. Like I wonder like how's the dynamic with that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. It sounds really weird
to
do that. I don't know how you would do that, but I think it's done like not super rarely. You know, it happens.
Yeah. I think Nugget does that as well.
Yeah, but that's like much smaller stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know if it relates to things.
What do you mean? Oh, like as in to the big industry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm like.
I feel like there's probably a lot more moving parts and little details in Hollywood than your own film. Not that it can't be good or anything, but it's not exactly the same.
That's true, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
To be like, okay, I will act this out here.
Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to do that. Because I think is there usually more than one director though? Because you also have to be critical of people's acting as a director and like have a vision and kind of make sure it gets played how they want it to.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. That sounds strange. But,
yeah. Maybe there's like a guy who's like helps with directing it.
I mean, there might just be more than one director. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or they're like assistant directors. I don't know. Maybe they just do a scene and then they look at the cut and then they see if it's good enough.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But it's interesting because like think about like acting. You're an actor.
Yeah.
And you're acting with a guy who's also directing the movie.
The whole
thing puts pressure on you.
I don't know.
Actually, I don't know.
I wonder if that puts. I'm not sure if it does.
There's a director there anyways.
Yeah.
But I don't know because of the person you're in the scene with.
Mm-hmm. But apparently, like he's talented at everything. But Donald Glover is insanely good at improv too and stuff. Like one of the Russo brothers in a podcast was saying how a lot of times in Community, certain parts where Donald Glover's character would have to talk or make a line or something, they would not write anything for him. They would just literally write, like, you do you. Like, just come up with something on the spot. Mm-hmm. And then they would say they do that, because usually what he would come up with was hilarious. So, he's a talent. Also, before Community, he was writing on a show called 30 Rock, which I think was pretty popular and successful as well.
What's it about?
I have no idea what it's about. But he's done a lot of stuff. And how old is he?
He's like, I think he's like 40 at this point. He's pretty old.
Really? I assume, I don't know why, I assumed that he would be 30s.
Yeah, I also assumed that. And I don't know his age and his
Donald Glover. He's 36.
Oh, okay. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but damn, man.
It's crazy. Talented man. I saw Dave Chappelle.
I was going to ask you about that.
No, there you go.
What did you think?
It was fine. I don't know. His example, I guess, like how he put into proportions when he talked about the earthquake, and then about how the cop had his leg on George Floyd. Wow, I can't believe I forgot that. George Floyd's neck for what was it, 8 minutes and 46 seconds.
Yeah.
How put that in perspective with the earthquake that lasted like 36 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a really good example.
Mm.
Besides that, though, it was fine, I guess. But I wonder if that's his whole show or the only thing they put on Netflix. Because imagine like you go to this.
Yeah. No, but
that's
there's
the whole thing.
There's no way the whole thing. There's probably an opener and stuff. And
No, obviously, but I'm saying like I wonder if that's Dave Chappelle's whole thing.
Nah, maybe. I mean, who knows?
I'm just wondering.
I mean, the Corona thing probably like maybe restricts what they can do and stuff.
What do you mean?
Corona and stuff. I don't know because how lengthy the shows could be. I don't know.
No, I'm not talking about the length even. I'm talking about like you go to the show with Dave Chappelle and there was no comedy in the show at all.
Yeah. In
whatever it was.
Although he had some comedic lines there. Mm-hmm. Apparently, this Azealia Banks. Mm-hmm. And he had a joke about Azealia Banks saying like, "I'll tell like Azealia Banks," mm-hmm. and if the joke is basically referencing how apparently Azealia Banks said that she slept with Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
And like basically mean like recently, so basically Dave Chappelle cheated on his wife. Oh. And it was like making fun of that. Mm-hmm. But I thought it was interesting that he brought up the fact that I didn't notice. Well, he always like I didn't notice anyways, but yeah, how his like I think his great granddad was in the White House or something. Went to the White House.
Oh yeah, we talked about that. Yeah. And
then also I didn't know the thing about the shootings where these two two black guys went and shot a bunch of cops. Remember that?
Two guys.
There was one guy who was in the military.
Yeah. Oh, like you're saying two separate occasions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know about them either.
Well, I was like,
yeah. I mean, the dude, I don't know. He either learns about it, like does his research, or is informed. He knows a lot of stuff.
He does. And speaking about this, I don't know if you noticed, but apparently there's a new case that is making protests going wild. Mm-hmm. Called the person called Brand Taylor.
I don't know.
I think I'm saying her name right, but basically it's a black woman who got shot by the police. Obviously,
yeah.
This is the world we live in. And basically her story was she's been dead for like 3 months, and the reason her story surfaces now is because I'll tell you why. So what happened basically is she was first of all, she was like a nurse and stuff, and talk about how she's a good person, blah blah blah, whatever. We'll skip that. Mm-hmm. But that's there, and then they say how what happened was, so she was chilling with her boyfriend one night, and they were just kind of sleeping, and the cops were looking for a drug dealer, mm-hmm. and basically they went to her address basically, yeah, and they had a no knock in warrant. Mm-hmm. to bust in, basically. So they bust in, and they also had civilian clothes on. Okay. So they bust in, and then as soon as they bust in, so her boyfriend realizes someone busts in, and mm-hmm. He's like, oh shit! So he grabs his gun, which he has the license to. Yeah. And he shoots the intruder because he's in civilian clothes. Yeah. What else would you do? And then so he shoots one bullet. And then immediately he gets another they just spray the cops just spray the building, and then she ends up dying. Oh. And then he calls 911, mm-hmm. basically asking requesting help, and then she dies. Mm-hmm. And so what happened in the end is, first of all, the cops arrested him. Okay. And did a check on him and stuff. And then they put charges against him, but then they're dropped. Mm-hmm. And the guy, so what the cops did, so apparently, first of all, the drug dealer they're looking for was already caught that same day. Okay, nice. Wow. And what else happened was, and then also they published a report of the accident, what had happened, okay. And they reported that the woman had no injuries, even though she died. Wow. And the whole case was basically just kept on hush. Mm-hmm. No one knew about this. And then recently, so her mother went digging. She's like, "What happened to my baby?
What happened to the boyfriend?"
I don't know. I was listening to a video. He wasn't mentioned in the story.
Okay.
But so his mom, her mom, sorry, went looking went digging for what happened to her, and she went to the police departments and basically I think they lied to her or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then what happened is somebody released a 911 call of her boyfriend calling 911, and basically when that was released, everyone was exploded what the fuck?
Yeah.
And and then the protests now have or just
even more fuel.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And people are trying to get justice for her, and apparently so there's 3 cops are trying to put charges against.
Yeah.
Put charge? No, what's it called?
Press charges.
Press charges. Sorry, press charges. Apparently, one of them has of course, all these cops already have a thing for they tase people. Yeah. They've shot people, whatever. Because it's corrupt anyways. And yeah, oh my god, that was a ridiculous story. And apparently now the neighbor of Brienne, the one that got shot, is now pressing charges against these cops for just shoot because they just shot she was in the apartment. They shot the apartment. They could have hit somebody else, someone innocent.
Pressing charges for endangering people.
Yeah, basically. And they also detained, I think, everyone else in the building afterwards.
Okay.
Or detained or questioned or something like that. Mm-hmm. So basically, now they're pressing charges, and it's so ridiculous.
Wow. It's wild.
Yeah.
Part of the reason that I had heard, also John Oliver had a segment about it, that one of the reasons the police force, there's so many problems, is because, most workplaces have a union to protect the rights of the workers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what happens is, with the police union, is most unions, they can threaten not to work.
Yeah.
Right? And you lose money, and it's still bad, right? Mm-hmm. But the police, though, they're the police. They threaten not to work. You don't have anyone, protecting you.
Yeah.
And hypothetically, that's horrible. So they have a lot of power. And so that's why a lot of officers...
So the union has a lot of power? Or
the union. Okay. No, the union of the police, I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
They have a lot of power because of that.
To protect the
police. And a reason a lot of police officers don't get charged or fired, that nothing happens to them, is because of the union. Because they protect their rights, and they can easily not get fired from their job. So...
Oh, I didn't know that.
So it's a crazy system.
Yeah.
It's really wild.
It is really crazy. Also, I mean, this reminds me of what Dave Chappelle mentioned in his little, I don't know what to call it, segment, where he talked about that. So that guy was the guy who shot cops later, before he was in the police force.
Okay.
And they filed a complaint against the coworker.
Yeah, and they fired him.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Listen, we don't really know how insane it is, because,
we're white.
And we're white. We lived in good places, and now we live in Israel. We don't even live in America anymore, you know? I was reading some stuff, because, everyone's talking about it, so a bunch of athletes. And one of the your parents have never had to sit you down and be like, this is what you have to do if a cop approaches you, right? Because, as a white dude, you don't even think about that conversation. Unless you're, extremely paranoid, there's no reason to have the conversation. Here's what you do, son, if a officer pulls you over. No, you're fine. You shouldn't even worry. But a bunch of athletes are talking about it, how it's scary, and how they need to actually talk with their kids and be like, this is what happens if you're approached by a police officer. It's it's 2 completely different worlds in the same place.
Oh my god, man.
It's wild.
That's really, it's so crazy. It makes me, honestly, it's funny, because, I thought, always, in my mind, America's oh, this is a safe place. Mm-hmm. Relatively, before I moved.
Yeah.
Because, then things got a bit more wild.
Mm-hmm.
But, even then, I didn't believe it to be, bad, but, just because, someone had a different tone of skin, everything, the whole world changes. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense.
It's true.
It really doesn't.
I mean, white pride.
What?
White pride.
Sure, man.
Oh my god. Yeah, well, good thing we don't live there.
Bro, I was gonna say something, I forgot. Bruh. ¿Qué no te remember? Okay, I have no idea what I was gonna say.
Okay.
So now.
If you you always talk about how you want to move back to America, and
Well, no, not necessarily America, but yeah, okay.
if you had the choice, would you move back?
I mean, now definitely not. I don't know, but I when I say I want to move, I don't mean America. I mean live in a different country.
Okay, but what country would you live in?
I'm not sure. I really don't know. I have no idea. Again, America can also be a great place to live, you know? Depending on your situation. I'm not just talking about if you're white. Definitely if you're white, helps a ton, you know? But also your financial situation, for example. There's a lot of factors, you know? America is really, it really, really depends.
That's true.
So, but I don't know. I don't know where I'll live. I mean, there's a few places you can go to. America, Canada.
But how do you get a citizenship for Canada?
You don't need a citizenship to live there.
Really?
Bro, you don't need a citizenship to live in a country. There's visas and green cards and...
Yeah, but if you get a visa.
Yeah, but I don't think that's very...
Problem?
I don't think that's hard.
Oh.
I mean, what do I know? Maybe it's extremely difficult. I'm pretty sure for America it's a hassle.
Yeah.
But I don't... For example, I wanted to move to Canada, I don't think it would be a problem.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, it depends on the situation, but if I, for example, wanted to learn college in Canada, I don't think that would be difficult to do.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. So if not in Canada, if not America, where else would you want to?
I don't know. Really just an English-speaking country is really the big thing.
Okay.
It's like America, Canada, Australia. Even though there's spiders the size of a house there, so honestly, probably not. Though at the same time, anything I ever hear about Australia, I just hear it's like a very, very gorgeous place. Or like, I don't know, England. You know, I don't know where else I would move to.
You know what's interesting? There was a certain fear in me to move to Australia just because when I look at it in the map, it's just surrounded by water, and not just
really,
but not the fact that it's surrounded by water, but it's just so far away from all the other countries.
I see what you mean. I don't have the same. It doesn't bug me at all.
I don't know, it makes me feel like it's so far away from everything else.
Yeah, I mean it is. What do you call it? It is far relative to other things, I guess.
But just because of the way it looks on the map, that's it. That's the only reason.
I don't really know anything about Australia, you know. But who knows? I might end up, living here. So it's very early.
That's true.
Still gotta, do the army and then figure out what I actually want to do with my life.
Maybe the army will make you feel like a true Zionist.
You never know. I don't think so, but
yeah, that'd be funny though. That would be funny.
But yeah, I mean, the farther my time away from America is, the less appealing it seems to move back there. Also, the few people I know who have lived both in Israel and in America seem to prefer Israel, at least in terms of the people.
Yeah, but they're also living in the same place. They live in the same place in America, is what I'm saying. They haven't lived somewhere anywhere else.
That's true.
But yeah, I see what you mean. I mean, it's weird to think. I think both of their complaints. I mean, I don't know. One of them, Ophir said that that everyone was fake, and he didn't like that.
Yeah.
That surprised me.
I just don't know. I left in 6th grade. I don't think I had a really critical eye for that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know either because if I was naive or maybe just young or whatever it was,
I think I'm just young. You don't put on a facade that young.
Yeah. I mean, I hope not. I don't know. Maybe people do. I don't know how it works.
It probably starts at that age or something, maybe. I don't think I mean, when puberty hit, I kind of got insecure, and then then you kind of try to block things, and maybe then you become fake. But
I have no idea. I don't know. Well, what about you though? About like where you want to live and stuff.
I mean, I honestly, it's a good question.
Do you mind if you
Live here?
No, if you whether you move to an English speaking country or not? Does that bother you?
I don't really care. I just want to live in the place where my children don't have to fear for their life, and I don't have to fear for my children's life because where I live is dangerous.
Well, I don't think that will be a problem in general.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, maybe I should rephrase this. I don't live in a place where I feel like I don't think I can phrase this right. I was gonna say I want to live in a place where there's a corrupt system, but then you can say that about everything. So I don't know. I don't know what to say. I guess I don't live in America because it's like I hear school shootings and it's just, and then the Second Amendment just kind of bothers me because of that, because they can't really control things there.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows when I'm older, so I don't know what things will look like till then. But I do want to live somewhere where I haven't lived before, someplace that's not English speaking.
Really? Yeah, I can't relate.
No, I don't know. Do you want to go on a trip? You know how people go on their trips to out of this? Do you want to do that?
I've thought about the question. Because everyone does it. I probably will. I think I would do it.
Where would you go?
I'm not sure. I haven't put too much thought into it.
Hopefully you won't go to somewhere that's English speaking.
No, obviously I'd go to places that are don't speak. I mean, who knows? Maybe by heart. It's not like I couldn't go to a place that speaks English. You know, the places I go to wouldn't have to do with the language. Mm-hmm. Not at all. That's. I'm limiting myself to a very short amount of places. Mm-hmm. I don't want to live somewhere that doesn't speak English. I have no problem visiting a place that doesn't speak the same language. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've done it before with my family. Yeah. I've been to Holland. Yeah. I've been to Norway.
All European, North European, Scandinavian countries.
Well, no,
Germany. Yeah, Holland's not.
Holland's not
Scandinavian. But would you travel? Would you travel alone?
Yeah. Again, I have no idea. It's far down the road, so I haven't really.
I was gonna say you can travel before the army as well.
Maybe I don't.
You wanted? Well, actually, no, Corona. Never mind. Take it back.
No, you can probably still go in places. I'm not sure. My friend of fear might come here. Also, my friend of Noam wants to. He said that the two of us should go visit America one more time before the army. And go wild. I was he said this a month or two ago. I said I'm down, but I highly doubt that would be a possibility.
You said it a month ago.
A month or two ago, yeah.
That's a great timing.
And
now, with all
but even before that, man. Also, the protest, definitely good, but it's in a very bad time because of Corona.
Yeah.
And but I don't know what you're supposed to do. Because on one hand, you really, really, really should not be protesting. From everything we know about Corona, which I don't even know if it's that much, gathering in large crowds is the worst thing you can do right now. At the same time, protesting is hopefully effective. It gets the message across. At least hypothetically.
Yeah.
I don't know if in practice how much it does.
Well, apparently, I've heard rumors from people who said that they're doing a bunch of new laws now. So hopefully something's moving along the right line towards
I don't understand what you're supposed to do.
As who?
To fix some of the problems in America. Well, first of all, the one thing with the George Floyd case, which this is a stupidly low bar, but the cops are all charged with they're all charged for doing something wrong. It's a stupidly low bar, but they were all found. I don't know if they're found guilty yet, but they're charged with a crime because
the guy who was on his knee on the neck was found guilty. I'm pretty sure. And
I don't know if he was found guilty, but I don't think that's how it works because there's a trial or something. No.
Like, but most cases,
I'm pretty sure he was charged with murder and he's awaiting a trial. Cause
Yeah.
I think that's how it works.
I think for most chances,
a week later, I think the other 3 cops, I think it was, were also charged with something.
Yeah, thank God.
So, I mean, one of the things you don't obviously do is make sure if someone does something horrible like this, they're charged with a crime.
Yeah.
But
well, the thing is, if this was a videotape, would anything ever happen? Think about that.
I guess, but then everything's. I don't think that's. I think it's a bit of a bad hypothetical because in today's time, it's not really.
That's true.
So many things are videotaped.
But what if all of that happened in 1 second and people didn't have time to videotape it?
Yeah, but
a bullet takes less than a second.
Yeah, but even though there's some on camera,
Yeah, that's true.
The situation materializes.
I'm just saying that everything is videotaped.
Yeah, I know, but enough is videotaped,
Yeah.
To see the crimes.
That's true.
I don't know. Hypothetically, you want to weed out the bad. You want to do two other things. Hypothetically, first of all, I think if a cop in the force is obviously horrible and they have a lot of complaints against them and show that they're not doing their job right, they should be discharged. I don't know how easy that is because of the union and stuff like that. And you also don't want those cops to become cops, like the racist ones. But again, I don't know how you can. There's probably ways to make the system better. I don't know if you can ever foolproof the system. Yeah.
Well, I think the first step is probably look at the cops with a lot of complaints.
Yeah.
Take those file discharges cops. It's crazy though. I've heard. I saw from the comment section of the video about Dave Chappelle's segment, and one person was saying it's she said she was a white woman, and basically how they falsely entered her house because they thought something was going on, as things do, and then they filed a complaint, and then they filed a complaint against the officer, and the officer started harassing them.
Yeah,
which is ridiculous, and it was. So I think the first thing you do is you have to kick off the officers who have complaints. But someone has to decide to do that.
Yeah, I don't know how any of this works.
And then the government and whoever, maybe even the state governors, can write laws that would better enforce better police protocol. I guess though. I don't know. Maybe do this is just do a quota to get black people on the police force, but I don't think it's a good idea.
Why?
Because I don't believe in quotas.
Yes, I don't know. I see what you mean, but it's probably a good thing.
Obviously, getting more diversity in the police force is a good thing, but I don't believe the right way to do that is through quotas.
Yeah, but how other way are you really supposed to do it?
The only other option is to encourage people to get to that position, to offer, opportunities for people who are less disadvantaged.
I agree with you that I don't, quotas don't seem like the right thing to do, but it might be, the only solution. At least a short-term solution.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But the thing is, think about it. If there's a backlash from the quota, think about if there's a quota for black people to get on the police force, then it'd be encourage racism against black people because what the fuck, these black people getting chances that we don't get, fuck them, and it could turn into that.
Yeah, but there's I see what you mean. I don't know. There's already the racism, so I don't.
It can't get worse from here. So you're saying?
Yeah,
I don't think so. I think only that. One thing I don't know what to say. But something crazy. Apparently, black people in America they're only 17% of the population.
17%.
And Hispanics are 20%.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That was a lot more.
Yeah.
And then the thing is that 70% of the crimes committed are from black people, which is, man, it just shows how fucked up things are. And I'm not saying black people are the issue. I'm just saying the whole system is clearly in the wrong. It's clearly wrong.
America has problems. It really does.
Yeah. Maybe when you look at that statistic as well, like it's hard for you. It's like it makes you like brain be racist. I mean, not okay. I said that wrong.
I see what you mean.
Like,
because
it's so easy to stereotype.
If you look at the facts, you're like, well, if you look at the facts, it seems to imply that black people just commit more crimes.
Yeah.
They're just like more violent people. Obviously, it's not actually true, but yeah. It seems to reinforce the stereotype.
Yeah. Tough times. Right? How far are we along this? Okay, 45 minutes.
You know, the NBA is in plans to return. Wait.
This wouldn't be a podcast without NBA.
It has to do with what we're talking about, though. So
okay.
That's why I'm bringing it up. A few days ago, I know. A few days ago, a week ago, they seemed to have finalized the plan. The 22 teams go to Orlando, yada yada yada, blah blah blah.
Orlando.
Yes.
You mean like New Disney? Disney World?
Disney World.
Okay.
Yeah, New Disney.
It's in Orlando.
Yeah.
You said it like 3 times. I don't know why I keep forgetting. Okay, yeah.
Anyways, but now there's some backlash, doubt, whatever word you want to use, from a lot of players who are wondering if it's the right time to play right now because of all that's going on in America. How if you start playing basketball, it can take away from the message of Black Lives Matter and how there needs to be change in America.
That's true, man.
Yeah. And but ironically, though, this like movement is being like led by Kyrie Irving, who is known as being like a problematic dude in the NBA. It's kind of funny.
What means?
Like he doesn't have a reputation as a good chemistry guy right now.
Like to his teammates, or
he went to the Celtics and they just imploded. Like they had a really really bad season. And you know, just a bunch of it's fine. But like I was wondering also, who was it? I think it was Steven Jackson, who was an ex-player, and he was also good friends with George Floyd. He's been like the fourth.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
He was also saying how it's probably not it's not the time to play because you need social change. So I was, you know, I'm just curious about it because I don't know. Because on one hand, I'm like, the two things are not... Like, you should be able to do both, right? At the same time, though, like, maybe it is right that if you start going back into a routine and have more normal things, like basketball, people slowly start to forget about, you know, the whole need for a change.
Yeah. I think it's better that they don't, because I think it makes it more impactful. Like, it shows there needs to be a change. Yeah. Like, think about it. If they're trying to make a change, then the best thing would be to do the unorthodox thing.
Maybe you know, there's probably a way to do both. You know, I mean, LeBron James, for example, is like a very outspoken athlete. You know, and he's all for playing. So you know, there's probably ways you could do both. And you know, the NBA in general is also always his reputation as being a very good league and always, I guess, on the right side of social issues.
Well, they could also, I think, incorporate maybe at the beginning of games or at the end of games about like some sort of mention of Black lives and stuff.
I mean, people are wondering now if there's going to even be a national anthem on the NBA games, and if there is, if everybody's going to kneel. So everyone's wondering that now. You know, there was a football player named Drew Brees who, let's say a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, in an interview said how he has problems with kneeling because of how it disrespects the military, and he got destroyed on Twitter and social media. He got just absolutely eviscerated because of it.
Is he white?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he got eviscerated. Yeah. It was interesting. Because a lot of people, even a lot of NFL players, I think some of his own teammates were like, "Fuck Drew Brees," you know, "Fuck him."
Oh my god!
And then he apologized. His comment seems fine. From what I read and stuff, though, maybe he is right. I don't know if he's racist, but at the same time, people were like, you guys are getting too mad. This dude is because his reputation seems to be really good because people before this nobody said anything bad about him, and his team is in New Orleans, and he's apparently done a ton of charity work and stuff like that in New Orleans. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting, you know, because it's hard how everyone has bad opinions or misinformed opinions or whatever word you want to use, and like the level that you can get bashed or even canceled for having a bad view is it verges on being ridiculous. I think.
Yeah, I think this is also something that's very exclusive to America. I think.
I don't know.
Because
maybe
I'm not sure if this is because I felt that, like, obviously this is a big thing that's happening during our time, but I think about it, I think it's mostly happens in America. I don't know.
I guess so. Yeah. I'm not sure.
Man, it's the liberals. Those I won't say that word. You're on the podcast. But yeah, it's a scary time to you're canceled.
Yeah, but I wonder if it's like because on one hand I think it's a really bad thing. On the other hand, though, if you're Drew, let's put this in the best light possible. Drew Brees, really good dude, not racist at all, and he had the wrong perception that kneeling disrespects soldiers and the military, which I don't see it at all. It's two completely different things, right? Kneeling to protest police brutality and the military, but he saw it as that. Besides that, he's a completely normal, good dude. Mm-hmm. And so he just had this bad opinion. And he's bashed until the end of the world, and then he realizes he was wrong. Mm-hmm. And he is informed and, like, changes his views. So, like, on one hand, that's good. On the other hand, like, you really...
But he wasn't canceled, though.
He was not canceled, I guess.
So but it was fine.
Part of it might also be because he came out and said, like, he said it the right way. When he, I think the next day or whatever, tweeted about it. He tweeted something at Donald Trump because Donald Trump was saying something about kneeling, and Drew Brees answered him back like, "You got the whole issue wrong. It's not about the military." Mm-hmm. I'm probably backing it, but something like that.
Yeah, but I think that I can respect because it's not like he wasn't canceled or anything. He was just like. When you have an opinion, you have to be ready to on the internet. You have to be ready for attack, to be attacked. But I think it'd be crazy if he got like canceled from that. That would have been stupid as hell. Mm-hmm. But I'm fine with the fact that people like backlash because the same day he could still have the same opinion he had before, and things would have still been like normal. Like it wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's just like everyone has bad opinions, Yeah. So I think it just can be a little ridiculous to bash the hell out of somebody for him.
Man. Oh yeah. I mean that's the cue. You have to.
Hey man, dude, if I was famous, I would never be on social media. Like, what are you, insane? You say one wrong thing, you're destroyed.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It is pretty bad. But oh well. But then again, if you have social media, if you don't have social media, but you see something that gets on social media and you get backlash on social media, and you don't have social media, you'll never see it.
That's true, I guess. But when are you gonna... Okay. I see what you mean.
I'm not saying it's a good thing, but, I mean, certain time it's like, it's not that bad. I also don't think by the way things are, like, I don't think if you say something bad on the internet, let's say something that's controversial and people tell you to kill yourself, I don't think that really leads.
Well, yeah, that's obviously too far,
like, yeah. Let's say if a good friend of ours had shed his light of his opinions on the internet, like, I don't think the right way which is to backlash him into infinity. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, but like the Drew Brees thing, like people are saying like fuck Drew Brees. I don't know. It sounds a little far. Like I saw some athlete that spoke about it, and he was like, Drew Brees, from everything I know, because him in person, he's a good dude. His heart's in the right place. He's done a bunch of good stuff in New Orleans, and he's misinformed you and you made a mistake, and I think he's wrong about this. I feel like that's a much better way to deliver your message than being like, man, fuck Drew Brees.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I don't know, like, it's really hard with issues that don't affect you personally, because I wouldn't get triggered about this. Not to be fair, I don't get triggered about anything, but I wouldn't get triggered about this. But if I'm a black guy, and
I can imagine that.
If I'm black and some guy is like kneeling is disrespectful to the military, I don't know if the black dude's like, what the fuck, like, the two things are not connected. You're completely missing the point. The anger can be extremely understandable and justifiable. So
yeah,
it gets kind of like matters where you are and who you are.
Yeah. You said, I mean, I couldn't help but imagine when you said, if I'm a black guy, I just imagine you shooting threes and everyone going in.
Yeah, sure, I guess.
I mean, dude, it's crazy. Bill Burr had a bit on this. I've been watching a lot of Bill Burr recently about how most of the, like, about athletes, how most of the athletes are black.
Yeah.
And he was like thinking like everyone like explaining it like he was saying it was probably due to slavery and how like we toughened them up to the point where they're just better than us. But yeah, and then also, and he also brought up the fact that in 1939, when there was the Olympics and America, I think it was a sprinting Olympics.
Okay.
Where the America's runner, who was black, he won it.
Yeah. And
when Hitler was like, we're definitely gonna win because we're the superior race,
Yeah.
I don't know why I said it in a Russian accent. We are the superior race. Something like that. The blonde hair and blue eyes. But then it was actually, no, it was not the blonde hair. It was someone else who won the race. And apparently, Hitler shook his hand and he said he was a good runner. Yeah, he shook his hand. And apparently, and his way back, and the way, I think, or maybe Dave Chappelle said this. I don't remember who, but when he came back to to America, no one, the president didn't even shake his hand. No one gave a shit about him.
I don't know if it was in that Olympics or a different Olympics. A dude broke all the records for a bunch of running categories. Just for the world records. The other athlete that got second only also broke all the world records. Because the dude in front of him got even better records. Nobody knows this dude. You know the guy that got second place was? Yeah. You know who, I feel like I told you this before. Even down here. Jackie Robinson?
No.
He was the first black baseball player. He was like a...
Oh, right, you told me about
Yeah, he was like a big guy he was a dude who broke, the color barrier in baseball. He's like a big figure. His brother was the guy who got second and everything.
His brother?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Wow. Damn.
Imagine just being so good, breaking all the records, and then you're second. That's gotta... So nobody knows him. Nobody remembers him.
Wow. That's great. That must have been a crazy Olympics, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So that's a big L.
Yeah, there's the fall second. Not that I don't know any of the Olympics, so...
Yeah.
Then again...
All I know is Usain Bolt. Literally all I know.
Yeah, and Michael Phelps. Is he in the Olympics?
Yes.
Yeah, swimming Olympics, okay. Alright, I think we're going to end it off here. I don't know how to outro this.
Yeah, we don't have an outro yet.
I don't know. Follow me on social media, which I don't have.
Oh, follow Deco Kaplan on Spotify, SoundCloud, follow the sickest beats and raps.
Alright, and my YouTube Shrekil, which is also on SoundCloud Shrekil. And then also the YouTube for this, which is Slice and Spice. And the and is just an N. Yes, just
Yes, man. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go follow every What's your Spotify?
I don't have anything. There's nothing to follow me on.
Yes, you have playlists there.
I am a ghost.
You have playlists there though.
I am a ghost.
What's your Spotify username?
I honestly don't even know.
It's probably go follow Evie Pollock on Spotify.
Honestly, it probably is.
Yes. This has been your host with the most. And,
smooth.
I know. I copied that from somewhere. Yeah, you don't know that? This has been your host with the most.
No, it sounds familiar, but I can't recall when I heard it.
Have a wonderful day, evening, night, and
Goodbye, mate.
see you later.